Target and Warby Parker are teaming up. According to Yahoo Finance, Target Corporation and Warby Parker are partnering to bring designer quality, affordable eyewear to even more consumers through the retailer's newest shop and shop, Warby Parker at Target. Each Warby Parker at Target shop and shop will offer products and services, including glasses, sunglasses, contacts, eye exams, and vision tests that are consistent with the eyewear brand's current omnichannel experience. The first 5 locations, which will be staffed by Warby Parker employees, will open in the second half of 2025. Beginning with the opening of the first shop and shop location, Warby Parker at Target will also be discoverable through Target.com. Additional shop and shops are slated to open in 2026 with the opportunity for more in the coming years. Chris, are you buying or selling the Target Warby partnership?
Interesting, Ann. I gotta tell you, I'm a little mixed on this one. I think
really
for Target, for Target and all the crap it's taken around its Target, reputation. I think it's a good move. It's a no-brainer, and it definitely reestablishes that positioning, by way of the partnership. For Warby, though, Ann, I've got a lot of unanswered questions. First, let's go back and look at Warby. Let's go back and look at Warby in general, right? According to the article, Warby's been around since 2010 and currently operates 276 stores across US and Canada. Okay. That means they've opened roughly 18 stores a year since they started. And that's for a concept that could literally be in every town in America. Like every town has, an eyeglass store, or for the most part, every major town does, which tells me, honestly, if I'm thinking critically about this, or at least opens a door for this thought, that they don't have their operating model down yet, because that pace is pretty slow for a business that's been in operation for 15 years, right? I mean, look at Aldi, like opening 250 stores, it's crazy. But so now they're going into Target. Okay. I'm sure Warby's getting a great deal, right? They're getting a smoking deal on those 5 stores because Target really needs them for all the things we've already alluded to. But the operating dynamics are going to be different. One, you're now inside of a Target, very different than what Warby knows. 2, the locations I'm guessing, having run Target stores, are going to be much smaller that, are going to afford Warby much less showroom space than the traditional stores that they're used to operating, and much less backroom space too. And 3, all that explains why only 5 have been announced yet, because Warby probably understands there's a lot that they don't know in terms of what this is going to look like, how it's going to work operationally. Can they succeed? Can they get the profit out of this partnership that they want to? But so net, I like the move. I just wonder if 5 years from now, we'll really see Warby Parker inside of Targets everywhere. And is the incremental benefit against the cost for either party really going to be that high? Because at the end of the day, and the question that I have becomes, and this is a kind of a question for the Target leadership again, too, in terms of how well are they seeing around the corners? Why isn't Target just buying Warby now before helping to make it more valuable and then losing its negotiation leverage in the long run? Why don't they just make it part of Target? Like if they really see the long-term value here. So that's why I'm mixed on this. I think it's good. It gets the Target back, but I got a lot of questions in the long run. I don't think this is a slam dunk in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know. I think you have to. This is still a new partnership, and I don't know that. Like maybe there will be an opportunity to acquire the company if the 5 locations work, if the tests work. I actually think this is a great move for Warby, because while yes, you have different, some targets are owned, some are leased, all the buildings and things like that. You're essentially working with one landlord as Warby here for all of these Target locations, which is much easier, I would imagine, than going into a new community, a new location, a new spot every single time and having to work out those negotiations. I would like fact check you a little bit on the size of the operation. I mean, I think we've seen Warby, certainly like in Manhattan, they have a much grander, like flagship style store. But I think if you look at the Warbys around here, like their space is pretty condensed. And if you look at the Target opticals, like there's not huge back rooms at those Warbys. Like I've actually looked at the one that's closest to us.
The
like
back room spot.
I think space they can work with, but I I'm so thrilled, Chris, because I think if you look at the headlines here and how Target is incorporating Warby, it's available on Target.com. It's available like in the stores. Like I just think this is a move from Target. It's good to see them in the news, making the right decisions about how to approach this partnership. And I do think that starting small and starting with the 5 locations is important for whatever the future of this partnership looks like. And quite frankly, I was really surprised to see that they only mentioned that once yesterday in their earnings call. And they weren't talking about this as a growth opportunity, as much as they were about Wicked last quarter when they were talking about that. Like, I think
Right.
this is something that really could show some great potential for Target. And I think, brings some traffic back into them. Warby hasn't had a crazy growth trajectory, but there's still some more cachet in this brand that I think we have to take into account here. If this becomes the next Lens Crafters, Warby's lost all of its cool. So I think
Exactly.
there's still some like scarcity that has to be available to get the traffic drivers that I think Target and Warby are going to need with this partnership. But yeah,
Well,
I think. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. What are
no,
your
I was gonna
thoughts?
no, I was just gonna actually have you put your money where your mouth is on that. So like
Yeah.
one of the locations is the Bloomington store, which is probably less than 2 miles from another Warby location of those
Yeah.
200 that we mentioned, which is right down the block from us. Both of these. Given your druthers, which one are you going into if you just need eyeglasses and an eye exam?
I don't know that I don't know that that's the question. I guess for me, it's like, what do I need to get done on a Saturday? I need to go get new glasses and I need to pick up essentials. So if
Okay.
that's the case, I'm going to the Bloomington one because I can do
So you're
both in one
coordinating your
spot.
trip around your eye
I
appointment
think so.
and
Yeah. Yeah. I
schedule.
mean, you'll
Okay.
still have traffic going
That's fair.
directly to the A mall where the Warby Parker is here closest to us. But
Mhm.
if it's a Saturday and I don't have to go across the street to go to the Target if I go to the mall location of Warby, because I can go to one spot and get them
Yeah.
all done. Like I think there's value there. And I think it's also
Okay.
exposure of new people, target customers to this brand who maybe was like, I like Warby. I don't know much about it, but now when it's in front of them in the checkout lanes, I feel like it's going to happen. Like there's just going to be
Mhm.
more people engaging with it, but
Okay.
well,
All right.
we'll
Good. All
see.
right.
It's
So
a
you backed it
test
up.
of
You backed it
5.
up. I like
Yeah.
that you backed it up. Yeah. No, it is. It's definitely an early test. I just have a lot of questions operationally. The other thing is staffing. Like the Warby stores I've been in are incredibly staffed too, and so
Hmm.
I'm wondering if that's going to work as you go into Targets in the long run. But anyway.